sometimes this word gets thrown around a lot in these conversations. We make the point that diversity does not represent a vision. At best, it represents the reality. In any relationship or in any organization, when you have more than one people, you have differences between and among us. So the real issue or the real focus of this type of work is how are we responding to the differences that are present, within our relationship or within our community. And to illustrate this point, we have four diverse environments. There are differences present in some way, shape, or form in all of these. So it's not the presence of differences that's the issue, it's the response. And we put language to these that clearly represents the experiences of the folks who are on the receiving end of the exclusionary forces that might be in play. So for instance, you see the excluded experience. There are a bunch of squares of various colors within a square culture. And if you don't meet that specific criteria for belonging, then you're out. Then we have the segregated experience, the integrated experience, and the included experience. Now we tap into mathematical thinking here to make the argument that there are two primary dimensions that we need to pay attention to. And the first one is access. It's fundamental to social equality that we address access. However, there is something beyond access that Professor John Powell out of UC Berkeley refers to as belonging. It lies beyond access. And really, belonging is what ends up directing or even dictating the quality of experiences that people have once they are in an environment. So if you look at the excluded quadrant, here we have the intersection of conditional belonging and low access. If you don't meet the conditions to belong, then you're out. Not only are you out, you are less than. And then in the segregated or separated experience, it's the same exclusionary force that is at play. However, what is different is people can start to form a community as a manifestation of human resilience in order to meet the needs for safety, the needs for belonging. People come together and form community and even identity in the pockets that form on the margins. Now, so this implies that this experience involves a mixture of negative and positive experiences. And it's true. However, the point we always make is in an organization that is committed to democratic ideals, it simply isn't good enough. Likewise, neither is the integrated frame in the upper left-hand quadrant. In an organization that commits itself to principles of humanitarian principles, social equality principles, democratic principles, the integrated experience represents people being in the culture, but not everyone is of the culture. So the conditional belonging remains so that the pressure to fit in is high. And the tradition within this experience is that the pressure to fit in causes people to change or hide important aspects of themselves, sometimes lose or undermine themselves and their ancestry, their history, their culture, their tradition, all in the spirit of leveraging the access that's available within that environment. So the tradition is the more I'm able to melt, the more I'm able to blend in, the more I'm able to fit in, the better I'm able to leverage the access I have available being in the environment. So the upper right-hand quadrant represents the only one of these particular quadrants that provides a vision for a better tomorrow based on social equality, where we have a more expansive where we all belong, we all have access. And you can see the squiggly line defining the culture. What that represents is that it's the people that are here at this moment that are engaging with one another to co-create the thing that they're joining, which is very, very different than fitting into the thing that you're joining. Now,